Hey guys, okay, this lesson is stretching the clothing budget. So that means, okay, you have a budget for your clothes. How are you gonna get the most clothes out of it? How are you gonna get the most outfits out of it with a small budget? Because it's not like all of us have this huge budget for clothes, okay? So some tips, which are good tips. Thankfully in Honduras, so you guys have Mega Paca, okay, which is actually better than what we have in the States, but we do have options like that as well, where you can get good marcas for low prices, as long as you're willing to look for them, right? And guys, good marcas are not just for saying like, oh, look, I have Tommy Hilfiger. Oh, look, I have Loft on. Oh, look, I have Nike on. Oh, look, I have all. No, it's because the quality is better, you guys. The quality is better. Because the other thing too is, sometimes when those brands are sold over here in stores like Carrion or stuff like that, and they're sold like not used, then they're actually the cheaply made brand sometimes. Like for instance, I am convinced that in the shoe store Payless, that the quality of those shoes is not the quality that they used to sell in the United States, okay? And that they moved their stores into Latin America so that they could sell a lower quality, which is not good. So sometimes it's better to buy secondhand stuff that's used, that's coming in from the States or coming in from different places, because the quality is better, okay? So this is stretching the clothing budget using tips for that. It says the clothing article that costs less is not always the better buy, okay? We're talking about not used. We're talking about new ropa. If you see that it costs less, sometimes it doesn't mean that it's a better buy because it's not made as well. Like I tried like 2 or 3 times in the States to buy clothes from Walmart, but there's been a few items that I can do, but usually the fabric is not good and it's not constructed well, okay? So I think like I'm getting a good deal because I'm going to Walmart, I'm gonna buy my clothes there, I'm gonna spend less money, but I can't wear the shirt like more than 2 times after I washed it, and I can only wash it 2 times before it starts to lose its form, the material starts to stretch. Or I have like shorts that are nice shorts when I wear them for like 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes they're all stretched out and they're losing their color and stuff like that. So it's not always the better buy. It says when buying clothes, consider the cost. The fiber or fibers used to make the garment, that's like the tela and like how tight it is, and the quality of the stitching, that's how they're costurando it, and the practicality of the garment. That means like consider, when are you going to use it? Are you going to only use it for one time? Then you probably shouldn't spend a lot of money on it, right? The cost of the garment involves not only the purchase price, but also the cost of upkeep, such as dry cleaning, okay? Which you guys don't really do here. You guys wash your clothes well by hand, but it is something to consider if it can't be washed, you know, with other clothes or different stuff like that. The clothing label must state the cleaning instructions, okay? So sometimes on here, it will state how you wash the clothes, and then sometimes inside the seam here on the bottom inside, which mine does not. I guess it's on the top, but sometimes it's on the side, the one on how to clean it, okay? It says clothing may be made of natural, man-made, or a combination of natural and man-made fibers. The 4 main natural fibers are cotton, linen, wool, and silk. Cotton is algodón, right? Some common man-made fibers are Decron, Orlon, nylon, rayon, acetate, and polyester. Learn the characteristics of each fiber and consider the garment's purpose when choosing the best one, okay? That's like, especially if you're going to be using a washer or you're going to be using a dryer, especially a dryer. You need to know what kind of tela is used to make this, because it's going to shrink in the dryer, or it's going to come out looking weird in the dryer, or it's going to be wrinkly and never come out, okay? Also, certain types of tela are more formal. Like you're not going to wear cotton to a job interview, okay? A cotton shirt, you're going to wear something that's more, what's this called? Like chiffon or different tela, like the polo and stuff like that, but not cotton, because cotton is an informal type of tela. Also, cotton shrinks, you guys. So if you have a shirt that says it's 100% cotton, If it's not like a t-shirt, but it's a t-shirt, if it's a shirt that forms to you, you don't want to put it in the dryer because it's going to come out like small. Okay, so you have to be careful of that and know the characteristics of your clothes for when you're washing them. Labels, it says labels must state the fiber or fibers in the material and percent of each in the material. For example, a label on a skirt may read 5% wool, 40% acrylic, and 55% Orlon. The label might also identify the percent the garment is likely to shrink. If the fibers have been sanforized, the maximum shrinkage will be 1%. Garments that have loose, rough, and uneven stitch, that's where they costurar, will not last long or look neat. Check the stitching around collars, hemlines, buttonholes, and seams to see that it is tight and neat. Okay, like especially for guys, Jose, you have to check like this part. If you're gonna get like a nice shirt for a job interview or for a job, you have to check this part because sometimes this part is not, the collar is not made of a material that is thick, and it's made of a very light material. So the first time that you wash it, your collar is gonna go like, and it's gonna take like a lot of ironing, a lot of planchar, to try to get that back to a normal collar. Or you're gonna walk in looking like a 5-year-old boy with your collar all like that. Okay, so you need to get one with good tela. Sari is the same thing with like a skirt or a dress. Sometimes skirts or dresses look so cute, but if the material is very, very light at the bottom of it, that bottom is always gonna get that wrinkle or that like thing, wrinkly thing, and you can never get it out. So it's not worth buying a dress if it's for something formal, right? So it says, garments that have a loose, rough, oh we already read that part. Garments that will be worn only once or very rarely are not practical for a small clothes budget. So you're gonna have to save up money for like a Christmas dress and different stuff like that. Buy clothes that can be used in several combinations with other clothes and that can be used for many occasions. 2 keys for clothing purchases are coordination and usefulness, okay? So if you're going into Megapaka and you're like, okay, I have to spend this much money to get the clothes for the next couple of months or for my job or different stuff like that, then you wanna get like a solid color pant, okay, black or blue or khaki. And then you wanna get shirts that will match that kind of stuff so that you can do different outfits a lot of times throughout the week, okay? You also need to like know that you have special occasions that are gonna come up. Sadi should always have like a dress, one dress that, you know, when she goes shopping, she has some money, she finds one dress for a good occasion, for church or for a job interview or something like that. Or if it's not a dress, something formal, right? And Jose, like you gotta take care of your khaki pants, always have like one pair of khaki pants in case something comes up, or black pants, right? And a polo shirt and a button-down shirt. You should always have those things and take care of them after you're done with them after like a Christmas program or something because you don't know the next time that you're gonna need that quickly and you don't wanna go home and be like, Mom, you know, I have to pay for this and someone says, nah, we don't have money for that right now. You have to go find what you used to have and you already gave it to your cousin or you didn't put it somewhere and it wasn't taken care of. Same thing with dresses, right? Same thing with dresses. So remember that clothes can end up costing a lot, and especially with you guys, one day you're gonna start a family and you're gonna have to buy your kids clothes, and then it's gonna cost even more, and then you're gonna see how they grow out of them quickly, so your clothes budget is gonna go way down because you have to keep buying clothes for them, so it's something to consider. Okay, look at model problem number 1. It says the label on a pair of pants states a maximum shrinkage of 2%. The pants measure 34 inches in the waist and 32 inches in length. Find the maximum shrinkage for the waist and for the length. So you're just going to take 2% of both of these to find how much they can shrink. So they're going to shrink 0.68 of an inch and 0.64 of an inch. That's important though, okay? That's for a guy. That's for you, Jose. If you go in and your pants are exactly where you want them to be, but they could shrink in the heat, then you want to get them a little bit longer than what you need them to be so that you don't have to worry about walking around with your ankles showing or something. Okay, look at model problem number 2. Mr. Bishop bought a $450 wool suit. Okay, a suit is a super big investment, by the way, so you do calculations like this to make sure that it's worth buying this suit, okay? It must be dry cleaned. He estimates that he will have to have the suit cleaned 4 times a year at a cost of $10.50 per cleaning. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. We already know that he's gonna pay 4 times a year, $10.50. So that means every year he's gonna spend $42 on cleaning this suit. He plans to wear the suit for 5 winters, that's for 5 years. So it's $210 the whole time for cleaning it. What will be the average annual cost of the suit? So it's $210 for cleaning it for 5 years, plus $450 for the suit. He wants it for 5 years, he says, so we're gonna do 660 divided by 5, which is 132. Okay, just to go through the steps again, we did what? How much it's gonna be for a year to clean it? Times 5, because he's gonna keep it for 5 years, that's $210 to clean it for 5 years, plus $450 to keep it for 5 years, because he bought it for that much money. You add that together, in total, he's paying $660 over 5 years, so you divide by 5 for how much it would be for a year. Average annual cost, even though he really is putting all the money out at the very beginning. He just wants to know, basically, how much is that gonna go toward his budget for the whole year. Okay, just to give you some answers on some to make sure that you understand. We have, find what percent of the unmarked fiber is in the fabric. Okay guys, listen to this. If it says that there's 9% wool for number 1 and 28% Orlon, how much is gonna be acrylic? Well, it's gonna be the rest. So you add this together and subtract from 100, your answer should be 63%. Okay, for number 4, the answer is 2.04 inches, just to check your answer there. Number 8 is $60. And if you have any other questions, let me know. Bye.